Hi, everybody. My name is Emily. My employment is in mental health and substance use. I am an uninvited guest born on this island to two uninvited parents who were born to settlers that arrived to Canada from Poland. 3 of my grandparents are Holocaust survivors. I am grateful to be here and have never felt more aware of the honor of having spent my life on the lands of the Coast Salish people. Thank you for having me. I want to take a moment this weekend to bring our attention to the ongoing mental and emotional slaughter of the Palestinian people. We have been unable to turn away from the physical pain. I invite us to consider the damage being done to the eyes, soul, spirit, and mind as well. The wounds we cannot see will undoubtedly take longer to heal, generations after generations. Repetitive traumas that happened to our ancestors as many as 7 generations before can be passed down to our children. The 7th generation principle is based on an ancient Iroquois philosophy that the decisions that we make today impact our world 7 generations into the future. There are 3 behaviors attached to trauma: anger, anxiety, and depression. Those behaviors can be transferred intergenerationally. Our behaviors are often connected to unresolved current or intergenerational trauma. Land, earth, and territory are inseparable from what it means to embody or to be Indigenous. Disruption of geographic connection with and refusal of Indigenous claims to place and space are principal aspects of colonization. Indigenous people have always understood geography and geographic systems as non-subordinate to human and human systems. There is something fundamentally important about geography and place for many Indigenous cultures and communities. Place is fundamental to health, identity, and being, and failing to acknowledge this potentially leads to overlooking and understanding the specifics of Indigenous people's health. Generational inheritance of toxic contamination, including white phosphorus and building debris, causes severe psychological, relational, emotional, and cultural damage to entire communities. We have no idea the lasting impacts and possible new illnesses this inheritance will cause. The effects of living in a constant state of fear include headaches turning into migraines, muscle aches turning into fibromyalgia, body aches turning into chronic pain, and difficulty breathing turning into asthma. Living under constant threat weakens the immune system and causes cardiovascular damage, ulcers, and infertility. The origin of most mental health disorders go back to childhood and adolescence. For people in Gaza, it is not PTSD because there has yet to be a post. I want to leave you with this provoking quote by storyteller and medicine man Lame Deer, who was born on the Rosebud Reservation in South Dakota. Before our white brothers came to civilize us, we had no jails. Therefore, we had no criminals. You can't have criminals without a jail. We had no locks or keys, and so we had no thieves. If a man was so poor that he couldn't afford a horse or a teepee or a blanket, someone gave him these things. We were too uncivilized to set much value on personal belongings. We wanted to have things only in order to give them away. We had no money, and therefore a man's worth could not be measured by it. We had no written laws, no attorneys or politicians. Therefore, we couldn't cheat. We really were in a bad way before the white men came. And I don't know how we managed to get along without these basic things which we are told are absolutely necessary to make a civilized society. Free Palestine.